Hello everyone, and thank you for watching Fayetteville Public Utilities Channel 6. I'm Sarah McYoung. In our studio today we have Ms. Crystal Guest with us. She is a great guest for us to have on FPU's Channel 6. It's always great to see Crystal.
Good morning, it's glad to be here today. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Crystal, let's start off the show and tell folks a little bit about yourself and tell them what you do here in our community.
Well, as you said, I'm Crystal Guest and I'm the Executive Director at Jrs House Children's Advocacy Center. I have been over there for about 10 years, and hopefully everyone's heard of Jrs House, but what we do is we provide free services to victims of child abuse.
All right. Jrs House is a great place. It's one of those places that you wish you didn't have to have, but it's such an amazing place that does amazing work in our community for so many. I think folks don't realize that.
Yes, we serve thousands of children a year actually through either our body safety program or through investigations with child abuse with our child abuse investigative team, or through therapy services, different ways that we help. And we're actually in 4 counties now, serving to the entire 17th Judicial District, which is Marshall, Moore, Bedford, and Lincoln counties. And of course Lincoln is our home county. This is where it all got started with Captain Joyce McConnell and the Lincoln Ship Leader team helping us get it settled and opening up our building back in 2003.
So you've been going since 2003. That doesn't seem possible, but it is. Mm-hmm. And it was in September timeframe?
Yeah,
is that about right?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
That's awesome. Let's talk a little bit about why it's called Jrs House and help folks to know the backstory of Jrs House. You talked about Captain Joyce McConnell, and this was her dream.
Yes.
But kind of tell the story of how this came about.
Well, Captain McConnell, she had a case where she got called out, and it was investigating a child abuse case with a little boy. He was 6 years old, named Junior. And when she went out, unfortunately, at that point, he had already passed away. He had been killed due to the results of child abuse. And she talks about, if you ever get an opportunity to hear her speak, that she just couldn't get him off her mind, that it was something that really, grieved her heart, how that had all happened. And so she had heard about this model called a Child Advocacy Center, where people work together, like law enforcement and the district attorney's office and medical staff, where you came together to share information and investigate child abuse as a team versus us all doing individual things. And so she was part of Lincoln leadership that year, and she decided that she wanted to propose a huge challenge to that group and say, how about if we try to get a Child Advocacy Center started, which was a huge task. And she said, I automatically knew that it needed to be called Jrs House because she wanted him to be remembered. And so ever since then, that's what he's done. So that child's life has had so much meaning because it's went on to help thousands of children. And what I'd said to Captain McConnell recently is what a legacy for her also, that incident and that what came out of a horrible tragedy came something great where lots of children have been able to be helped.
Absolutely. It's a wonderful place. It's a great place to visit. There is a new addition to the team that you should tell folks at home about because he's pretty special.
He is. So I came over, I think last year maybe, with Alan. So Alan is our canine companion. So we got him he came out of Orlando, so he's a Florida baby. He's 3 years old, and he is our white golden lab mix dog that comes to work with me most days. He's already been over there working this morning, keeping some kids comfortable as they're waiting on their services or trying to find out what things that need to happen. He plays a lot of games with the kids, and so he's 3 years old now. He also, he greets every staff member at the door when they get there in the morning, or anybody that comes to our building is basically going to get greeted by Alan. So he's been a great addition. There's been some research that talks about having a dog at your Child Advocacy Center can actually be such a comfort to the children there, and we have definitely seen that is definitely true.
Absolutely. And there's some other great programs that kind of fall in with Jrs House and things that are worthy of letting folks know about as well. Through Jrs House, the idea of CASA came around, and you might want to explain to folks what CASA is.
So CASA stands for Court Appointed Special Advocates. And a few years back, 5 years now, they came to us, I think one of the judges and someone from the community came to us and said, this county in Marshall County doesn't have a CASA program, and we would like for you guys to maybe add that on to what you're doing. And we are the only child advocacy center in the state of Tennessee that oversees both programs. We found it to be a great fit, that we complement each other very well, while also being able to keep the two programs somewhat separate. But what we do in that case is where we work with the local judges who have just tons of kids coming through the courtroom all the time, and they have such a brief time to hear about what's going on with these children and their families that they needed an advocate. They needed someone else who could go out and get more information. And so a CASA volunteer is a community member that we train, and they volunteer and they get assigned a family, and they get to go out and help these children have a voice in court and to advocate for the best interest of the children. We have another class coming up for that in November. November the 7th, I believe, is when it starts, and desperately could use some more volunteers for both our Lincoln and Marshall County office. This one's going to take place in Fayetteville. It's only 3 full days of training, so it goes by pretty quick, and then we do some hands-on training with you after that. But there's a desperate need in this community for volunteers. Right now, Judge Myrick is having to be very selective about what cases he assigns because he knows he runs out of volunteers quick. And so there's a lot of kids that really need an advocate that aren't getting one because we don't have enough volunteers. So November the 7th, and if anybody's interested, they can call us over at the building at 931-438-3233.
Absolutely. And let's talk a little bit, Jrs House, you guys, you're always looking for folks to volunteer and to help, but also, you know, maybe you just like to give to the program because you guys are working really hard and doing a lot of good, but you work off grants and other funding. Right. So it's always good anytime that somebody would like to give monetarily, you guys would take that as well.
Absolutely. So obviously there's a ton of really great nonprofits in Lincoln County, and Lincoln County has always taken really great care of Jrs House. You know, when we started back in 2003, I think they had 1 staff person and a building, and that's basically it. Well, we've grown that since then to, we're up to 5 to 7, a couple part-time people, staff positions, but we're also serving 4 counties, and unfortunately, the number of children and the services that we're providing has continued to increase. So financial donations are just imperative to be able to offer these services and the different things that come up at Jrs House that you need, because you know you have to have a place to be, you have to have supplies that you're building, and you also have to have your staff, and you have to be able to take care of Alan. And there's different things that we want to be able to do. So we really rely heavily on community support. And because of that, we've been able to increase our services each year to the community and to the children. I wish that that wasn't the need, but unfortunately, there's just a huge need for services of this kind in our community, all over the nation actually. But here in Lincoln County, I will say that people are really good to us.
Absolutely. And another reason why Crystal's here is Fayetteville Public Utilities. In October, we have a month of service. And that is something that is instilled in us by our CEO and General Manager, Mr. Britt Dye. Something that he believes in very strongly is being a part of this community and doing things for our community. And as part of that, and another reason why Crystal's here is we're rolling out the month of service and telling folks at home some of the things that we're doing. We're doing a stock the shelves supply drive for Jrs House. And some of the items that we spoke with Crystal that they could really use are, I'll let Crystal kind of tell you, but what are some of those items that would be great to have?
Well, you know, and all this stuff, sometimes it's a little different. Money's great always, but there's things that we need that helps us not have to use money that could be going towards a service for things such as like Play-Doh. We need new Play-Doh. That's something that when the children come in and they get interviewed, it's really helpful to them during that interview to have something to use in their hands because they're frequently really nervous. So Play-Doh, we always need tons of that. New toys or stuffed animals, because every child that comes to our facility is going to get a stuffed animal. That's something we hear about years later, and that's just part of the Child Advocacy Center model nationwide. Toys, we help for Christmas and birthdays. We try to do our clients, so that's something that we try to keep a small stash of those there so that if a child has a birthday or something that comes up, we're able to do that. And then also things like toilet paper, paper towels. Those are things that we go through a lot because we have a lot of people coming through our building, and also that just gives us, if those things are donated, that gives us the ability not to use funding to go towards that. So it's just such a huge help to us.
Absolutely. So the new Play-Doh, they use that in, it's kind of a therapy as well.
Yes.
And something that I didn't think about until I talked to Crystal. She actually kind of explained that to me, and I thought that was really neat. But there's a lot of services that folks can take advantage of there at Jrs House, and you might want to talk about the services that you do offer to folks.
So, you know, our services are completely free of charge. We don't ever take insurance information. All of the clients that come there receive that free. And so we do free counseling, so we do trauma counseling, and we're offering that in all of our counties. and that we do family advocacy where we help with the children. We may help with parenting if the person is not the person who's harmed the child. We also understand that when this happens, it really does happen to the whole family. The whole family is impacted. So we try to be a support service through that. We also help sometimes if there's questions about court. And then we have to work with the team in different ways. Or like in November, I think it's November the 19th, we have our Darkness to Light training, and that's the training that's going to be open to the public, where we're going to be able to, at First Presbyterian Church at 6 o'clock that night, and that's where we teach you to kind of know how to keep your child safe from child sex abuse. And then we also go out to the schools in Lincoln County every year, and that's where we kind of help go out and teach K through 5 about how to keep their bodies safe, or how to know, you know, if someone's harming them. And every year when we do that, there's somebody that has to go talk to their guidance counselor. So it's such a good way to get the word out. So there's an educational component to what we do. And so those are just some of the, and then we do the forensic interviewers. So we are specially trained to interview the children when there's a case that comes in. So law enforcement may come over to our office, and we interview the children so that they can be in a place where it doesn't feel like it's scary. Right. You know, there's toys in the lobby, there's coloring, there's bright colors on the wall, there's Play-Doh in the room. So that's a little different a feeling than going to like a police department or a sheriff's department. And there's some specialty training that's required to be able to do that in a non-leading way. So we use that. And so all of those services are offered free to the community. And it adds up to, you know, because there's a lot. I think we did over 1,000 counseling sessions last year that were completely free. So that was just mostly with one therapist. So that's a lot of work. So those are just some of the things that we offer. And then of course the CASA program.
Absolutely. So there's a lot going on at Junior's House. There's a need there for sure. I love that you touched on, you know, new stuffed animals and new toys, unwrapped toys. You don't want them wrapped. You guys will make sure they get wrapped and get to the right person. But, you know, girls and boys, mixture of girls and boys toys, stuffed animals, something that a new stuffed animal that a child will love. I don't know a child that doesn't love a stuffed animal.
They do. They love them. We've given away a couple this morning already. So. And with boys, probably trucks, tractors, anything else you could think of that they might really enjoy? Yeah, I think, you know, they like the superhero action figures. Things like that, any kind of boy thing where they're, you know, any of the boy stuff where they can build something or whatever. So, and we serve children all ages, ages 3 to up to 18. At 18, we you know, refer out if we need to do that. But we have a wide range of children and ages, and sometimes we do have babies that we're serving in a different capacity, maybe through parenting, or maybe their sibling is there and they're there too, and we don't exclude, like we don't give one child a stuffed animal and not the baby. So,
right, absolutely.
So really just all of those children can kind of benefit from those kind of donations.
Oh wow, so that's a wide range. You can find something for anybody.
Yes,
that's great.
Exactly, yeah.
Absolutely. And like she said, the new Play-Doh and the paper towels, you know, packages of paper towels and toilet paper, that would be very appreciated.
Yes.
Absolutely. You can drop those by Fayetteville Public Utilities during normal business hours, which is 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. We have 2 lobbies. There will be donation boxes in both lobbies. We'll also definitely please give us a call if you have any questions here about that. If you'd like to give monetarily, I would tell you to go see Crystal and the folks at Junior's House, and give them your address and your phone number.
So we are at 704 West Maple Street over by the old hospital, and our phone number is 931-438-3233. We're also on Facebook at Junior's House Inc. We post a lot of things on there, and then we have a website, juniorsHouseCAC.org.
Absolutely. Check those out. But we will be doing this Stock the Shelves supply drive. That'll be October the 1st through October 31st. So we'll definitely be there, and we would love to carry so much to Crystal and the folks at Junior's House that they're stocked for a while.
That is wonderful. We appreciate it so much.
Absolutely. Another opportunity for folks to get involved with you guys and help you with raising funds is the Host of Christmas Past. You guys will be there.
Right. We will be at Host. We set up over in the kids zone, so we do a bounce house-like area. We do charge for that part because it is a fundraiser for us, but we also have a few free things. We do free face painting and usually like some coloring, things like that for maybe some of the families that don't want to spend on some different things over there. But we hope that everybody comes by and sees us. We like to be really busy.
Yes, absolutely. And if you did ever want to come see Junior's House, or you want to know more about Junior's House, and you want to talk to, if you've got a civic club or a church or any kind of organization, you guys welcome that and would love to come out and speak.
Yeah, absolutely. We love to come out and speak about the CASA program or about Junior's House, or just what we do, or if you want to schedule a tour to come over and take a tour of the building, we try to do that. So no, we would love to have any kind of interaction like that at all.
Absolutely. Well, Crystal, it's been a pleasure having you in the studio today to talk a little bit about Junior's House and the CASA program, and telling folks in our community how they can get involved and be a volunteer for you, because you guys would love to have volunteers.
Yes, we need them desperately.
And it's not just, maybe you don't feel like you're equipped to be a CASA or something else, but there's something there for you to do.
Yep.
Whether it's getting your church involved and maybe doing snacks and for a snack drive or something of that nature, Crystal will point you in the right direction.
I definitely will, and that's always a help.
Absolutely. Well, Crystal, we appreciate you coming in, and folks at home, we hope that you will join FPU October the 1st through the 31st in our Stock the Shelves supply drive for benefiting Junior's House. We're taking donations of new Play-Doh, new stuffed animals, new unwrapped toys for boys and girls, and Crystal gave you a wide range there, so surely you can find something. And then also packages of toilet paper and paper towels, because those are necessary items that we need, but those are things that Crystal and the folks at Junior's House can use, and that helps them save money to put it towards services that can be offered to our community.
Yes, that would be great. Thank you all so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming in, and thank you for what you do every day for our community and the great folks that work with you. We appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
And we thank you, our viewers, for watching FPU's Channel 6, and we'll see you back in here next time.